From medical marijuana to repealing an old Jim Crow era voting law and even calls for a constitutional convention, a lot of action happening at the North Carolina State House. Tonight, we are looking at a few of the bigger topics up for debate. The state Senate gave final approval to a bill that would allow doctors to prescribe marijuana to people with cancer, PTSD, and other conditions. 37 states and Washington, D.C. allow some form of medical marijuana. North Carolina, not one of them. It now goes to the House, where a similar proposal fizzled out last year. Senators believe there's more Republican support in the House this year. And speaking of the House, the Judiciary Committee approved a measure that could allow voters next year to remove a controversial part of the state constitution. The part in question, a literacy test requirement that was used to hinder black voters during the Jim Crow era. For some context here, federal voting rights laws passed in the mid-60s made the literacy test unenforceable, but that state law is still on the books. The measure could go before the full House next week. However, there's concern because lawmakers rejected an amendment to repeal the provision decades ago. GOP lawmakers joining the push to consider a convention to create amendments to the U.S. Constitution. Former U.S. Senator Rick Santorum joined House Speaker Tim Moore and other chamber Republicans today. They want to create a convention of states. 19 states, including South Carolina and Georgia, have passed resolutions for the convention. 34 states are needed. Proposals for a convention have had mixed results in the past between the North Carolina House and Senate.